Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. Now, as you might have seen from the title of the stream, we are welcoming a brand new sponsor, Tabletop Village, to the channel. TCG Castle is no longer a sponsor to Tablemon, so we are welcoming Tabletop Village. I really appreciate their support and their belief in the Tablemon brand. Tabletop Village is a store, an online store, where you can get all your singles and codes, especially for the online game. They have a wide variety of codes for you guys to use for the online game. They have also pre-made packs with guaranteed GXs, and the link down below, which you can see if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see it in the description. If you're live here with me on Twitch, you can see it down below the screen. If you use the link that I provide there, you will get a 10% discount on your first purchase as a welcome to the new sponsor. If you use that link, you will be directly supporting Tablemon, and you get a 10% discount on your first purchase. And they're also starting with their pre-sale of Ultra Prism, the new set that comes out in February, which is now not too far away. It's only a month away. So if you want to check that out, it would be super cool. And yeah, so let's begin with the stream. David, I agree that Tabletop are the best. They're pretty cool. They approached me and we are now working together for the foreseeable future. So I'm really happy to have them on board, and I'm really happy to be working with them. So with that in mind, we're gonna be giving out a few codes today and throughout the stream when I remember to give them out. And we are going to be featuring the Venusaur deck that got 12th place, I believe, top 16 for sure, at Memphis Regionals. Today we're gonna feature 3 decks that were not in the top 8, that are like out of the norm, that people are still exploring the concepts, and Venusaur Shining Genesect is going to be the first one. 10th place, okay, 10th place, I'm sorry. This deck got 10th place at Memphis. So we have the 2/1/2 Venusaur line, Venusaur with a jungle totem ability. Each basic grass energy attached to your Pokemon provides 2 grass energy, but you can't apply more than 1 jungle totem ability at a time. That is why we only have the 2/1/2 line. This feels risky to me. I would definitely prefer to see a 3/1/2 line at least, just in case of pricing. You don't want to leave just 1 Bulbasaur on the bench, but who am I to question the 10th place list? Then we have a 1/1 line of Lurantis-GX, 210 HP, Flower Supply deals 40 damage, and you get to attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon, or to your Pokemon rather, in any way you like. So you can attach to Lurantis-GX as well. Definitely an interesting addition to the deck, a way to recover energy. And Lurantis is a card that we have not seen getting play for a very long time now. It got a lot of hype when the Sun and Moon set was just released, but it's been a while since we used Lurantis-GX in a deck. So it's making a comeback. Lurantis-GX also gives us a very nice GX attack potential, dealing 50 damage for every grass energy Lurantis-GX has, which obviously has synergy with Venusaur because you double the amount of grass energy attached. Then we have the 3 Shining Genesect, which have the ability Energy Reload. Once during your turn before you attack, you may move a grass energy from one of your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. So you have a sort of free energy switch every turn with Shining Genesect, which is pretty cool. Allows you to spread your resources, maybe keep the energy safe elsewhere and then move it to Shining Genesect, which is pretty cool. And you get to use Gaia Blaster, which deals 50 damage plus 20 more for every grass energy attached. So the combo is right there with Venusaur doubling the amount of grass energy you have, and Shining Genesect dealing extra damage for all the grass energy you have attached to it. Really nice maths. And then for support we have the 2 Lele and the 1/1 Octillery line. Now as far as supporters go, we have the 4 Sycamore, 4 N, 2 Brigette, 2 Skyla, 2 Guzma, a single Mallow, and a single Gladion. Gladion helps with the low line of Venusaur that we are running, although I would definitely prefer to see, or I guess Gladion also helps with the 1/1 lines that we're running, the Lurantis and the Octillery. We have 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Max Elixir as well to get ahead of our energy, 3 Rare Candy to evolve into Venusaur, 2 Field Blower, 2 Wishful Baton, which I actually pulled in the stream. Well, my girlfriend pulled in the stream last night in the box opening we did. And this card, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, you may move up to 3 basic energy cards from that Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. So very good card that allows you to keep energy in play with Shining Genesect. And because Garbodor is seeing less and less play in Standard, I do believe that Wishful Baton gets stronger, and overall all the tool cards get stronger simply because they're less susceptible to getting removed. Finally we have 2 Float Stone and a single Revitalizer, which allows us to recover any 2 grass Pokemon from the discard pile into our hands. Finally we have the 12 basic grass energy. This gives us good odds with the elixir, and 12 I believe is a ideal mathematical number to allow you to attach an energy every turn from your hand, or rather to start with an energy in your hand guaranteed pretty much every game. So let's jump into the ladder and you guys will see the get to see the different decks that I have planned for today. Apparently we won something. We won a few tickets. Now we have 600 tournament tickets, which I probably won't be using anytime soon. And there's the Venusaur Genesect. We will also be playing with the Wishy-Washy deck and then the Sylveon GX deck. So we have this offensive deck and then a few more decks that are there to annoy our opponents more than anything. So let's call a coin flip. We get heads, which is pretty good. We get to go first, and let's try and set up our strategy. We'll see how this goes. We start Bulbasaur, and we already start the Brigette, so we actually have a pretty good hand. We have the turn 2 Venusaur ensured. However, this also means that we won't be attaching an energy on turn 1. However, with this Bulbasaur top deck, that's the second Bulbasaur we now have, we're up against Volcanion. We are up against Volcanion. So this is obviously a really bad matchup. Because we already have the 2 Bulbasaur down, I'm actually gonna go ahead and not use Brigette. I'm just gonna Ultra Ball for the Shining Genesect, and I'm gonna go ahead and Sycamore. I really can't afford not to attach energy on turn 1 with this particular deck. The prices we get afterwards are actually pretty bad, and we're just gonna pass. So now our hope is for Bulbasaur to survive and for Gladion to give us something good out of the prize cards. And so finally, hello to everyone on the chat. Marietta, Joel, Poke Collectors, Andrew Bonfire, HPK Tank, David Allen, Urban Taco Time, JGB, and Kitty the Pizza. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me today. Kitty the Pizza, would you run a Guzma and Greninja? Probably one Guzma, or actually running Counter Catcher seems like a good option to have for Greninja. Much better than Guzma, because that allows you to steal like N and Counter Catcher, or Sycamore and Counter Catcher. I feel like Counter Catcher is probably the better card. Okay, so we immediately lose the Bulbasaur. Let's see what we top deck here. My opponent already has a very threatening bench. We actually top deck a Mallow. Maybe not going for the Brigette was a mistake, but I definitely didn't expect to draw that bad off of the... did not expect to draw that bad off of the Sycamore here. So I'm gonna Mallow, and I'm gonna put a Sycamore and a Rare Candy at the top, so that we hopefully get to how do I spread my energy? Hopefully we get to get an Ultra Ball or a Venusaur off of the top deck. Okay, so apparently my chat logged me out or something. So sorry if I missed any messages. You guys, if I haven't replied to you, please post the message once again. I really don't know who to attach to. Probably the benched Genesect. We have to go all out, right? We have to take risks, in a sense. There's a Guzma. Okay, so we're gonna lose our energy. Maybe I should have attached the Wishful Baton to the Shining Genesect. Well, with one steam up, my opponent actually doesn't knock out Shining Genesect here. So this could be okay for us, actually. This could be okay still. You feel like everyone is playing metal, so Guard seems like a bad meta call. Honestly, I haven't seen too much metal, at least in tournaments. Maybe in the online game, it's different. Power Heater, and my opponent is short 10 damage of the knockout. So this is where Wishful Baton is gonna be really, really good. Right now we're dealing 110 damage. So I might as well play this, just because I don't want to remove my Wishful Baton. And then we know the next card is a Sycamore, so hopefully we get an Ultra Ball to go with that, or the Venusaur. That works for me. Okay, so maybe we have a very, very small chance here. I'm gonna go ahead and attach this, and because of Venusaur, we're actually going to deal a ton of damage, 170 damage, not bad. So we get a prize card, which is a Remoraid, which is also not bad. Joel asked about after Ultra Prism comes out if Garden was gonna be good. Well, I believe that Garden will still be good, especially if the Nisol Mallow GX was delayed. Metal will be like, it gets a lot of new tools to work with, but I feel like the Soul Galeo GX was the card that was going to put a nail in the coffin to Gardevoir, and if that's been delayed, then perhaps not. Okay, so my opponent drawing a lot of cards here. He's going to end up taking a knockout with Shell Trap, which I don't mind too much. He did not find the Field Blower, which is great, because we get to keep all of the energy onto our Shining Genesect. And we actually get to one-hit KO the Turtonator, and we have another Wishful Baton. So this is actually not looking terrible for us. No Max Elixirs placed, but I will play the Brigette. I will get a Shining Genesect, and wow, my other Lele is prized. Lele would have been a really good follow-up to this. But anyways, I'm gonna Wishful Baton. I'm gonna attach the energy. I really don't mind my opponent taking a knockout with the Baby Bulk, because we are conserving our energy pretty well. And Gaia Blaster just one-hit KOs Turtonator here, which is pretty good. Very candy and energy. So the next Shining Genesect can also knock out Volk, but I was really hoping that I would get the Lele off of my prize cards, and that way I could transfer the energy to the Lele instead of the Shining Genesect. No more Wishful Baton for us, which is really bad. Wishful Baton really pulling through for us here, and we get the Ultra Ball. Ah, my opponent finds the Field Blower off of an N24. That's really bad. Okay. This is where things start to get very complicated for sure. Oof, if I didn't lose all these energy, we would be in an amazing position here. Okay. So I guess we have to go the Lurantis route now. Have to go the Lurantis route. It's just getting the last prize card is gonna be really hard, I think. Okay. So I'm gonna Ultra Ball away these two. No. I guess these two, because I still have energy, right? And there's a Lurantis. Yeah, I have 7 energy still in the deck, so that's not bad. Can't believe we're going toe-to-toe against fire though. That's pretty impressive. Let's draw first. We really need to find the Lurantis-GX. Okay, we get a Revitalizer, which is nice. We get, I guess, grabbing a Bulbasaur is correct here. Okay. And by the way, guys, to all the new subscribers, we actually have a brand new emote. We have an angry Tablemon. Happy table. I believe it's this. Yep. Now we have a furious Tablemon. Okay. So now we Sycamore. Now I've given up on the Lurantis-GX because there was no way to guarantee getting this 3 energy, and then the elixir is actually really lame. But we're gonna pass for now. So this upcoming turn is gonna be very interesting. Have a decent spread of energy now. We have a decent spread of energy, and the fact that we have only non-GXs means my opponent will still need 3 more turns to get the win here, which is good for us. Having Choice Band would be the key here to success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know there are, I believe, 2 more energy still left in the deck, and the N is actually really good. The N is actually really good because the energy gets shuffled back in, and we have access to elixirs, and we already have Octillery. So we lose the Fomantis. That's okay, actually. That is pretty okay. And with Genesect's ability, I feel like we have a real shot at winning here. Okay, so if I Guzma and knock out his Oranguru, with 2 energy, I have 4, so essentially 80, 130. With 2 energy, I'm dealing 130 damage. So this is what I'm gonna do. Do I Guzma? No, probably not. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and Abyssal Hand for 1. Ugh. Okay, and then I will Max Elixir. No, come on. That was brutal. Ugh. Okay. So energy there means we get a knockout. That was awful. Okay. I'm actually going to need to thin out my hand next turn. I'm gonna need to find an elixir. I'm gonna need to find both of them. That whiffed energy was so bad. Okay, let's just Gaia Blaster. We get the knockout here. We need our elixirs. We 100% need our last 2 elixirs pretty much, and we need them to hit, but we still have a good chance here, I think. That was very unlucky though, because basically my reasoning there was by drawing 1 card, I have more cards that are not energy than there are energy in the deck. So that was awful though. That was actually awful. Okay. So the Fighting Fury belt is also pretty annoying for us to deal with. How many Field Blowers do we have? Just 2, right? Thank you so much, Attila Boy, for the congrats on Memphis. I feel like I need to take a knockout. I'm gonna need to take a knockout with Guzma. 3 energy means 6, 120 plus 50. Oh, just 10 short of the knockout. 10 short of the knockout. So I really need both elixirs, right? I really need both elixirs to hit here. Okay, there's one. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And there it is, okay. There's one elixir. And then there's the energy. So we are 10 damage short on the knockout on that bulk. So we somehow need the elixir off of the next 3 cards. And oh, there it is, guys. There it is. Okay. Are we going to hit the elixir? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 grass energy left in the deck. So it's all or nothing for us here. There we go. Oh my gosh. Grass takes on well, the thing is, if I didn't by not using Guzma, I still gave myself a chance at finding Skyla for Field Blower. So you Guzma and attach elixir to Bulbasaur. Use ability. Fair enough. I was just thinking of keeping I was thinking about keeping the Skyla play available to me. Perhaps I did that suboptimally, but we got the elixir, we got the last energy, we got the hit, 110 damage, and we actually managed to beat the Volcanion Fire deck with Venusaur Shining Genesect. That is just crazy. I feel like if my opponent had just taken a turn to knock out Venusaur instead of focusing so much on the Shining Genesect, he certainly would have won. But hey, we take those, right? We take those. I meant Skyla for Float Stone, 1-hit lol. Skyla for Float Stone in case I got the elixir, then I could have attacked the active. Or yeah, I mean, true. I should have used Guzma first. You are correct. Now that I think about it, I should have used Guzma first. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. Let's give out 2 codes to celebrate that super close win. Here you go, guys. 2 codes, 1 upside down, so that hopefully 2 different people get them. Good luck to anyone who gets them. And we're back into the game. Why not play expanded Sirley Zone? Because a lot of people do have cups, and remember that, I mean, there is like, what, 25 days until Dallas, and I don't think I can do 25 different decks. So I'm gonna alternate between standard and expanded, because there are other regionals happening on the same day as Dallas in Europe and in Latin America, and they are standard. There are still League Cups going on, which are standard and expanded. So I feel like getting content out for both formats is the ideal thing, right? So today we're gonna do standard. Hopefully on Wednesday, if I have the time to stream, we will be doing expanded. So it's just so we can cover everything. And okay, we actually have a pretty thick hand. We actually have a pretty good hand. We already have the rare candy to Venusaur, into Sycamore, into another energy, so that's really good. Hello Pokemon and wife, thanks so much for being here. So yeah, that's the reasoning why we're not playing expanded today. Probably we will be playing expanded on Wednesday. I already have in mind which decks I want to do, but that's the reason why. Sirley Zone. And yeah. thank you guys so much for being here. That was an awesome game though. That was a really crazy game. I feel like it was played sub-optimally by my opponent, simply because he never targeted the Venusaur, which was the card that allowed me to make not a comeback, but allowed me to keep up with the damage output. But yeah, after losing that Wishful Baton, I was very surprised. We actually managed to make it. So we're gonna get end out of our really good hand. Too bad it got end away, but that's okay. We actually potentially draw back into it, right? Because I can Ultra Ball for Octillery, and I can Ultra Ball for Lele, for Skyla, for Rare Candy. So our hand still remains pretty good. And my opponent just beacons for 2 Rowlets. I have no idea why he chose not to bridge it. Oh wow, and we even top deck the Lele. That's just crazy talk. Okay, so we're gonna Lele for Skyla. Skyla for Rare Candy. There's the Octillery, which I was sure there. Okay, yeah. Raimundo, hello. Thanks so much for being here. This deck is actually working way better than I ever envisioned it would be. I'm glad I bought Venusaurs, I guess, but I don't own any Shining Genesect, so maybe that's something I should contemplate. Hello Jake, thanks so much for being here. There's a new emote for you as a subscriber if you want to check it out. And okay, do I Ultra Ball? Losing the Wishful Baton? I believe so, because nothing in my opponent's current situation is threatening me. Let me see how many energy I have left in my deck. 8. Okay, so 8 out of 38 cards are energy. Right? So the chances of me drawing energy here off of the Abyssal hand are decently low. So I'm gonna Abyssal hand first, and then I'm gonna Max Elixir. If I draw energy, that's okay, but no. See, I did not draw energy, so essentially, it's like I'm Max Elixiring for 10 instead of just 6. So this actually works out really nice. And yeah, there's a new emoji. Yeah, the really mad Tablemon with the fiery eyes. Okay, so with Venusaur active, we can Gaia Blaster. We don't need to energy reload. We don't need to find any other Pokemon. Our hand is just amazing here. 130 damage, another grass on Genesect means we get a clean knockout on Lele. So my opponent got to keep the 2 Rowlets, but that is perfectly fine by me. Lele is actually a really good attacker against this deck because of the double energy. And we get end, but that's perfectly fine. We got turn 2 Venusaur, Octillery, and almost 2 Shining Genesects powered up. That's just crazy. I haven't checked my prices. I should be checking my prices, but I haven't. So we might just end up playing Gladion here to see what's up. If my opponent decides to retreat the Lele into our outlet, no, he decides to leave the Lele right there. Okay, so we could target down the Vulpix. Yes, this is the same list from Memphis, and I agree, Poke Collector. So if you don't get Venusaur turn 2 or 3, you're definitely way behind. Okay, so do I go after the Vulpix, which would then turn into a Venusaur, or do I just take a knockout on the Lele? I feel like taking a knockout on the Lele is correct here. I really like taking a knockout on the Lele. So I'm just gonna play the Gladion. 2 grass, an Elixir, a Lele, and an Ivysaur. So I'm actually gonna grab the Lele, just because Lele essentially becomes Guzma, becomes Skyla, becomes Mallow, becomes any card we actually want. That's, well, any supporter that we want in our deck, and pretty much any card if we combine it with Mallow. And then we're just gonna Gaia Blaster for the knockout. 70 of you guys here. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to everyone. We're celebrating today, as you probably saw from the name of the stream, that Tabletop Village is our new sponsor, our new cart and store sponsor. And if you guys want, if you follow the link that's in the description down below, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching live in the panels down below the screen, you can use one link to go to the Ultra Prism pre-order page where they have booster boxes and cases for you to purchase on Ultra Prism. And then there's another link which gives you a 10% discount code or a 10% discount rather, if you follow the link on your first purchase. Sorry, so 10% discount on your first purchase or Ultra Prism pre-orders are available down there. So yeah, thank you so much to Tabletop Village for the mentions, for the support, for everything they're doing for the game. And okay, so my opponent is actually running Aqua Patch in this version of Ninetales, which is very interesting. He's also running 2 of the Luminous Barrier Ninetales-GX and a Tapu Lele apparently. So there's a Ninetales-GX. My opponent already attached an energy to the active Rowlet, so he doesn't get to knock out my Shining Genesect, which makes me very happy. And with just another energy, we actually get the clean one-hit KO on Ninetales. And yeah, I also thought of that. Tabletop Village sponsoring Tablemon. It's like there's some nice alliteration when you use like similar sounds in a sentence, because you're the writer and the poet. Is it called alliteration? Do you remember? No? Okay. I'm sure there's a terminology where same sounds or same sounds in a sentence has a special name. Okay. So wait. Oh, we got Gladion off of our prize cards. We actually got Gladion off our prize cards. Alliteration. There we go. See? I remember. I am a nerd. Okay, so we're gonna Gladion for another energy just to get it into our deck. Probably we're gonna get the Gladion once again, and yeah, my opponent targeted the Venusaur, but at this point we have 2 Shining Genesects fully powered up, and we're down to 1 prize card. So there's nothing that our opponent can do here, I think. He really needed to one-hit KO the Shining Genesect to have a chance, I think. But we even hit the Elixir, so we were okay. We still would have been able to knock out the Shining Genesect, and the maths actually works out really nicely with the 170 to 110. It is alliteration. Yep, there we go. This is the 1-1 Octillery, 1-1 Lurantis version of the deck. Do you think Greninja is strong now? Yes, Greninja, I feel like will always be a very strong deck. There's just the issue of consistency, which is always present with it. My opponent decides to win, but Shining Genesect literally knocks out anything, so he's just buying time. Yeah, this is exactly the 10th place list from Memphis. No changes from that. No changes from that list just yet. And yeah, after playing just these 2 games, I feel like this deck is actually really strong. We beat Volcanion and we beat Volcanion and we beat what else did we beat? Did I get the Gladion? We beat Volcanion and we beat this deck. We certainly can't knock out the CDI, but what we can do is Guzma and simply knock out Lele or Tapu Lele. or Rowlet. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, this deck actually ended up being very good. Yeah, I could have just energy reloaded, but I wanted to go after the Rowlet. And yeah, 2 games where this deck really showed its power. I definitely underestimated it a little bit. If it can set up so well every time, that would be amazing. Obviously getting the turn to Venusaur or Octillery is not that common. We are starting off the year running really hot. But yeah, this will be all for Shining Genesect Venusaur. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like on the video. It really helps out the channel. And make sure you check out our sponsor, Tabletop Village. And if you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.